Hey guys, welcome back to the Unfiltered Gamer Kickstarter card game review. Today's game up on the tabletop is an expansion for Space Race. It's Space Race Interkosmos. In Space Race, the game, you're going to be trying to partake in the space race against Russia and the United States, the SpaceX. Everybody's kind of trying to vie for control over space, and there's going to be breakthroughs that occur and all these different types of things. If you want to know all about how to play the game, for the base game that is, you can go ahead and check out our other video. I'll have it in the description below so you can go ahead and see how the game's played. This video is going to be discussing just Interkosmos and the different aspects that have been integrated, as well as the fact that China is going to be now vying in the space race as well as scenario cards and even objective cards, and 3 new unique types of cards are going to be added to the base game. But anyway, that's the idea of the game. Let me go ahead and show you what it looks like and all the new stuff involved. Okay, so here we have Space Race, the base game, which comes with 4 different unique decks of cards for each and every player. It's a basic, I guess, 1 to 4 player game, but it also comes with a nice unique set, as well as all the different rounds and whatnot, and a big stack of cards that feature the universe pool, as well as a single player token there you can use, or sorry, first player token that you can use for first players. Nevertheless, that is the base game. The expansion is going to have additional cards you're going to be putting into the big deck, which are these guys here. Each card is slightly different in different unique ways, and there's 3 different unique aspects of each of the different types of cards. Over here, you're going to have these breakthrough cards, and this is a double breakthrough card, which means it has 2 different types of symbols on it, but it has rules that if you don't score points for ties on these 2 symbols that you have. You're also going to be getting these X cards here, which is equal to half the number of the red level of your current control card, rounded up. And finally, you're going to be getting ones that are going to cost you additional cards throughout the turn. At the end of your turn, you have to discard a card from your hand, and if you can't, you're going to lose the card, so you have to save at least 1 card, and that can be kind of difficult to do. But nevertheless, you get all these cards here. You're also going to get an additional player card, which is actually China, and it shows kind of how China can join into the space race, because there are scenarios here. In this is going to have different types of scenarios, objective scenarios and whatnot. You can choose to set up the game in different ways. There's scoring, special rules and whatnot. And it's going to come with a unique set of different scenarios for you to play. Also, we're going to have achievement cards, and you can play with or without them throughout the game, and especially with or without the scenarios. Usually scenarios are going to involve you choosing different types of objectives and whatnot. Maybe you'll have to take all these breakthrough cards and put them in a single deck, and you can't use them until the 3rd turn of the game. All these different types of things. But you're also sometimes going to take these achievements here. Maybe you have 2 different types of these and these and these. And on your turn, you'll be able to use these additional action card things here. If you don't want to use them or you want to save them, you don't have to use these achievements, but you can. Maybe let's say you get all of these, right? It says have at least 1 of each of these types of things in here. Then you would just simply place 1 of these cards here. The first player to do so is going to get points, and then so on and so forth with the 2nd and the 3rd player as well. And you would continue that way. And obviously you can have a certain amount of achievements depending on either the scenario or what you want to put into the game. But this is the basic stuff you're going to be getting. Obviously there's going to be different types of cards, and like I said before, if you want to see what all these different types of cards do and how you're going to be setting up your tableau, that's something you can do in my first original video. But as for this, that's basically what you're going to be getting in the game. Space Race, an expansion Interkosmos. Alright, so that's the basic idea of Interkosmos, the expansion to Space Race. The achievement cards, the 3 unique cards, as well as an extra player, and then all the scenarios you can play through. Now let's talk about a little bit about the different types of achievements. So this one tells you have to have 1 of each of these different types in your lab, and if you can do that, you're going to score. This one over here has 2 or more of this type of card, and so on and so forth. That's how all these work. And there's 3 different types of achievement cards. This one over here says have a total red level of 4 or more. This one is a purple, right? You get the idea here. And then you got stuff like have yellow, green, purple, and red, level of 2 or more. So these things, right? And as you're going throughout your turn, as soon as you accomplish these goals, you can go ahead and do so by selecting these cards in your hand that you're going to be using throughout the game. These are kind of like your bidding cards. And if you do use them to put them down, it's beneficial because you're not going to be using all of these throughout the game, but at the same time, maybe you'll want to use that specific card and you're not going to have it now because you had to use it as an achievement point card. The achievement card points are worth putting down if you can pick the right ones you don't need, but it could cost you in the betting aspect of the game. You've also got these 3 unique types of cards here, the ones that are going to cost you periodically at the end of your turn, or the end of the round. They make you discard a card. Those are usually very, very strong, but the cost is very high. You've also got the breakthrough cards that you get double symbols, and those are really, really powerful, and I do like them. However, on ties you get nothing, and you can quite often tie because your opponents are going to be making sure that you're not getting points for these. And finally, the X ones, based on half your level of a current whatever, right? These cards work really well. They just fit in the tableau. They flow really well, very easy to use, and very much just something that you're going to want to put inside your tableau as you're creating basically like your history of the space race for your specific country or organization, right? Overall, though, the game works really well. Really enjoyed Interkosmos. I also really enjoyed the space race game itself originally. And when you add this game to it, does it bring a huge amount of difference and flavor and whatnot? I'm in the middle here, I think, because I do like the scenarios of the game. All the additional cards is nice to have, and the achievements makes me want to use my additional cards I normally wouldn't be using throughout the turn. It works very well, and I can put that together, and I do enjoy adding those. The question is, would I specifically choose to go out of my way and get this game expansion with the base game? Is it different enough? Well, really, it's kind of right there in the middle, right? Like, if you really enjoy Space Race, you're going to want the Interkosmos expansion, especially if you want to play with an additional player, especially if you want to play with scenarios and using the little achievements. It does bring a little extra flavor and intensity to the game, as well as a little more strategy if you've played this game a lot. However, if you've never seen Space Race before, and you want to check out my original video of it, and it sounds interesting to you, I suggest picking up the Space Race first, playing it, and seeing if you like it, that whatnot, and then pick up the expansion if you feel it needs more. Because Space Race by itself is fully fleshed out, thick, wonderful little game, and it works really well on its own. The Interkosmos expansion does present a nice little additive bonus, but I don't think it's like that necessary to have. It's one of those games that kind of spices it on, kind of like the Sheriff of Nottingham expansion that just recently came out. It's a good expansion when I specifically tell you, you must buy this. No, not necessarily, but if you like it, then I suggest picking it up. Either way though, Interkosmos is an excellent expansion. I really did enjoy it, and I look forward to playing it more. I hope you check it out.